Welcome back to CA Football Media Day Live. I'm Bobby Broyles along with Brandon Noble. We're here with the William & Mary Tribe, head coach Jimmye Laycock. To my left here, all the way down to the end, wide receiver Jack Armstrong. To my right, Nate Atkins, linebacker. Gentlemen, how's Media Day been for you so far?
It's been good.
Yeah?
I'm having a good time. Yeah,
You
it's
been
been
over to
fun.
the Social Station yet?
Yeah, we spent about an hour over there.
All right.
Played some games and embarrassed ourselves a little bit. But
Biggest question, who won Madden over there?
Neither of us played. We both came to the agreement that we're too bad, don't want to embarrass ourselves.
There you go.
And nobody wants to get angry on Media Day. So.
Well, great to see you guys are enjoying yourself. Coach, last year, tough season for the Tribe. What has the message been heading into 2018 to try to, get the team back on track and to, the teams like the past?
Well, yeah, last year was, it was uncharacteristic, which is good not to be used to that, and we're certainly not used to that. But, in every situation, you want to look for the positives, and we take out of that one the fact that how hard we played, how hard we prepared all the way down the year, and right to the Richmond game. Our guys never stopped preparing, never stopped competing. So that gives you a great sign of the character of the type of players we have, and then it carried over to spring practice, it's carried over to summer conditioning, and I know they're looking forward to getting started for real here in a few weeks.
Coach, you've been in the CAA for a long time. Talk a little
I've
bit.
been doing everything for a long time.
Okay,
yeah, all right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing in this business. So talk a little bit about the league, and as well, anybody can pop up, right? Just because you have a down year one year, you can be back at the top the next year.
That's one of the things that we have not had to get across to our players anymore. We used to have to, certain teams in the league may not be as strong as other teams. Now it's gotten pretty well assured that anybody and everybody in this league is going to be good. And how good on a particular day, you never know, but you better be ready. I mean, this past year, we looked at people we played in this league, and this was as good a defensive league year as I've ever seen. I mean, everybody was just knockout good, and that kind of is a reflection on the type of players you have in this league and the coaching.
Jack, offensively, this team really struggled, especially through the air. What are some of the things you guys worked on the offseason and will continue into training camp to improve that side of the ball?
Yes, sir. Well, from a receiver standpoint, I think spring was time to assess our weaknesses and find out, really pick ourselves apart and find out where we can get better. I know personally, for me, getting off press, high pointing the ball, making something happen after the catch. And as a group, those are kind of the common themes of some of the things we struggled with last year, man coverage and whatnot. As an offense, we've just been focused on getting good at our base, making our base plays our big plays, and that's going to be key for us, because if you're not good at your bread and butter, then you're going to struggle. So that's going to be our focus going into the fall.
Nate, other side of the ball, talk a little bit about the defense. I was impressed last year, got to watch you guys a couple times, called a couple games, played hard, flew around, physical. Where are you guys at right now?
yeah, no, we felt pretty good about how things went last season defensively. So I think just having that extra year under our belt and returning a lot of guys this year, having comfort and continuity there will be huge for us this year. I think, we took a huge leap forward from my redshirt freshman to redshirt sophomore year. There's no reason we can't do the same again this year.
Coach, offensively, you get Devontae Dedmon back, a big playmaker, a big weapon for you guys. A lot of other pieces back on offense, but the quarterback spot is still kind of the big puzzle piece right there. What does that competition look like here as you head into training camp?
Well, we still feel, the good news is we've got some depth there. The bad news is really we're not really sure exactly who's going to be our starting quarterback right now. Sean Mitchell and Teddy Hefner came out of spring as the top two. We're going to take them into the fall camp as the top two. We'll see how it plays out. But the thing is, all of our quarterbacks have gotten better. All of them got a better understanding of the offense. All of them have worked extremely hard. So I'm very optimistic as to the type of quarterback play that we'll have this year.
How are the big guys up front? That to me is the most important unit in the whole thing. And how is the offensive line looking?
I don't disagree. I mean, we had two of them last year that are now in NFL camps,
yes.
And with good players, but one of, Durant was hurt most of the year. We've got some good players there. I don't know if we have enough. We've got depth is a little bit of concern. We can't afford many setbacks so far as injury-wise up there. I think we're solid there, but depth concern.
Jack, as I was telling Coach, Devontae Dedmon returns into the wide receiving field with you guys. How great is it to have him back, and how has he looked in his recovery as you guys get ready for the upcoming season?
Well, it's great to have Devontae back. Takes a lot of pressure off. Takes a lot of pressure off all of us, me especially. And we didn't expect to have him this year. He would have been a 4-year guy, but thankfully we get him for a 5th, and he's looked awesome so far in summer, explosive as he's always been. And we're really excited to have him back. He's a big piece of the offense, and we're excited to see him make some plays again.
It's not very often you get a wide receiver with a beard. I just noticed. I was just thinking about that. I respect that.
He's from West Virginia. What do you expect?
Never mind. It makes complete and total sense now. Nate, so one of the questions I've asked everybody up here, I went to a lot of training camps as a player and a coach. I always thought it funny when people asked me what I liked about camp. So tell me what you like about camp with your coach sitting right here next to you.
No, I actually really, truly do like camp. Football is probably one of the only things I'm actually passionate about. So when I get to do it 15 hours a day, for me it's like Christmas, not in July, Christmas in August. It's kind of how I view it now. That first camp, freshman year, was terrible, trying to get adjusted mentally to the game, but now that I'm adjusted, I'm able to have a good time with it.
What about you, Jack? You feel the same love over here about training camp?
I wouldn't describe it as Christmas like Nate did. I
don't know what kind of Christmases Nate had growing up.
I have fonder memories of Christmas as a child. But it's a grind, and I think it is 100% necessary for growth as a team. You really get close to guys that you probably wouldn't hang out with outside of camp, but you have no choice. You're with them all day long. And I think when you come out of that, I think every team comes out a lot stronger, with a lot stronger bond. And I think that's the most important part. The X's and O's are great, but having a group of guys that are a cohesive unit is the most important part.
It's a shared suffering.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, they don't know what two-a-days were like either. That's the difference.
No, they don't. That's exactly. Well, how has that changed? I mean, again, you and I both remember the old two-a-days when you'd string 4 or 5 weeks of them together.
Yeah.
How's it changed for you?
Well, it's a little easier,
to
be honest with you. Easier for the coaches, just like it is easier for the players. But you make adjustments, and I think we get just as much accomplished. And the players now, they condition so consistently over the summer that they're ready to go when we start training camp.
Tribe, like we said, we talked about the defense a little bit. You got a lot of players come back. Nate Atkins being one. You got Corey Parker, a great playmaker in the back end. What do you expect out of that unit?
Well, I look at our overall team, and I got to say, the strength of our team is on our defense, and we're certainly going to play to their defense. And with that said, offensively, we don't want to put our defense in tough situations and giving the opponent short fields, turning it over, doing that. Let's play to our strength. Let our defense make plays. The thing that we need to do defensively, a little bit more than what we did last year, was create short fields and get turnovers. We need to do that. We're playing hard, and we play well, and we're solid on defense, but we need to make some other things happen and give us some more scoring opportunities.
Beautiful new facilities down there. I grew up in Virginia Beach, so I know the area pretty well. It's a talent-rich environment, but how important are having those new facilities when you talk about recruiting there?
Well, I think it's very important, obviously, for recruiting, but it's also very important for your present-day players. It gives them a better atmosphere to come to work. Better for the coaches, better for the players. You're going to work every day. You're spending umpteen hours there. It's nice to have that. Nice to have the nice practice field, the nice stadium, the nice locker room, and all of that. And nowadays in recruiting, it's such a fast-paced operation that you better have something quick to show them.
Absolutely. One of the best press boxes I sat in all year.
Go.
Gorgeous.
Well, we've come a long way there. I don't know if you were in the previous ones, but I don't know if anybody made as big a jump in facilities as we did in one move.
Yeah.
Guys, you open up with Bucknell, and then, of course, Virginia Tech is the next opponent. First off, your thoughts on having to have a fast and good start, especially playing at Bucknell, knowing that the Virginia Tech game kind of lies ahead. How do you not overlook them?
Well, just don't overlook it. Prepare. We prepare for everybody the same way, 100%, full speed ahead. It would make no sense to overlook. We're excited for week 1. Whoever that opponent is this year, it's Bucknell, and we're gonna focus on that and put everything we have into that. And then Sunday after that, we'll start preparing for week 2. But Bucknell is our main focus, and we're excited to get out there and start the season off strong.
Yeah, I definitely think coming off of last year, it'll be huge for us to get a big start, quick start at Bucknell. And yeah, like Jack said, I'd be lying if I said that thinking about that Virginia Tech game isn't fun to do.
Yeah.
Because it will feel a little special, especially for me going back. I'm from Roanoke, Virginia, so
Okay.
A local team. But just because it feels a little special doesn't mean you'll prepare any differently. So that's the way we have to approach it.
All right, well, we look forward to seeing you guys take on Bucknell in week 1. Nate, Jack, Coach Laycock, thank you so much for joining us here on Media Day, and enjoy the rest of the day here at M&T Bank Stadium.